Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure to have organized the session today, and I am very pleased and honored to have the guests on the program to present this session as well. What I'm going to do is briefly go through the background of our organization here. That's what it looks like in terms of our building. It's an organization which was established in 1987. It is a registered charity. I'm actually the founder for that. So keeping it going for about 26 years. It's been a good journey. Hope it continues. MAMC works with the hard-to-reach groups from all backgrounds, providing skills and engagement in creative arts and media activities, providing skills for young people, employability skills, work placements, work club and community engagement events for small to large scale in the Northwest and nationally. MAMC as a venue provides superb facilities for meetings, conferences, training, exhibitions, including in-house studio, recording, filming and graphic design. MAMC is an approved training centre through Open Awards since 1999, which means we can provide from entry level to level 3 courses, particularly in creative arts. Currently, MAMC is project funded through Link for Life, Haywood, Milton and Rochdale Clinical Commissioning Group Investment Fund, Greater Manchester, Lancashire and South Cumbria Strategic Clinical Network and Senate. And I'm proud to say I'm also the member as well of the Senate. Greater Manchester Place and Awards for All. The outcomes for this session today is to increase awareness and knowledge of dementia-friendly communities, become dementia friends, involved in linking and working on a long-term basis on a wider Greater Manchester and Lancashire level, establish links with vulnerable groups such as BME, women, young people and learning disabilities, join in the development of the Art for Dementia Therapy Network Northwest.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum Samin. Today Mr. Silver came in our mosque to explain to you about the dementia, and a lot of people they don't know about dementia. Honestly speaking, I didn't know myself. I had this problem and I was very worried. Then I went to see my GP and I asked him what's going on. So he didn't believe me that I could have a dementia. I said, no, there are certain things happening which is I'm not happy. And I was taking some tablets for something, and what happened to me, I took it twice, and then I went back to see him. I said, this is very dangerous, I keep taking my tablets more than what I need. So there is something seriously wrong with me. And he sent me to a specialist. When they checked it, they told me this is the problem is. Now, then I was also told that there is no treatment for this. So, what can you do? So, first thing I did, I thought back and I came up to this thing, if there is no treatment, then I have to fight back and make sure and I can help myself. And also keep seeking the advice from the GP and the people. And that's why, luckily, Mr. Sarwar and his team came in our mosque to let you know how to deal with this kind of problem. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my name is Paul Bansell, and I was diagnosed with dementia nearly approximately 2.5 years ago. And the machine said I'd got dementia. When you slid into the machine and you come out, and then the doctor says, well, the doctors can't agree. One doctor says it is you've had TIAs. Now, another doctor says I've had strokes. So they still disagree. So I said, well, you know, what's going to happen? Everything goes through your mind. Am I going to die? Am I going to end up in a wheelchair? Am I going to go blind? And everything that there goes through your mind. And after a period of time, I'm thinking, well, I'm living normally, why there's nothing happened? Because you're looking for something to happen. You're thinking, I've got this thing, something's got to happen. So I've got 2 children, I love them very much. And my daughter is a very honest person. I went to her, I said, look, I said, I've got this dementia. She said, oh, all right. I said, tell me if anything that I do looks odd, or because my brain is thinking everything that I'm doing is okay. So I asked my daughter, and since she's very honest, she will tell me. My son won't admit anything. He says there's nothing wrong with my father. He's just the same as he's always been. So I carried on with life, and I decided to live life as I've always lived it. I cycle, I go out and do about 30 miles cycling. But all these symptoms that are on here should or could happen to me. So I said, well, I'm going to get on with life. I go cycling, I go abroad for holidays. I carry on with life as normal. And I drive my car. I'm prepared to go in for any test that they say, you know, you've got to have if you dementia, you know. But the main thing is basically carry on with your life as I've always done. I may be just lucky, I don't know. I don't know what parts of the brain these TIAs are affected. I'm always looking for it. I haven't found it yet. But that's my philosophy of it anyway. I don't know whether it's okay.
Yeah, no, that's good.
But there are also organisations who will help. And I go to one on a Thursday. It is for dementia people with dementia. Now, I'm not probably the typical dementia. I haven't had the big strokes that people have, the disability. But I go to this club on a Thursday, and the strange thing about it is that there's carers and people with dementia. And people are going into the club and sitting down and saying, are you a carer? Or do you have dementia? They don't know. And that is the strange part about it. You can't tell. And maybe when you leave, you still don't know whether that person has dementia or is a carer, because we all have the badges on with our names. So that if you do have dementia, you say it's Paul, it's Jean, it's so-and-so. And you're meeting people with similar things. And you look, it is good for people with dementia to go there, because you can see what can happen with this dementia, because it's such a disease that it's like actually unknown. It affects people in different ways. And it's a very good exercise to go to these clubs. I go to it. But also I go to another club. It's called Men in Sheds. Now, I was very sceptical about this Men in Sheds. I thought, well, look, I'm an active person, I don't need this, you know. And I said, no, I'll give it a try. So I went down, and it is a place where, it's an Australian idea, and this place where all men only, I know it's a bit sexist, but it's Men in Sheds in Australia. And what they do, they have a shed, and they have all the machinery and all the therapies and stuff like that they make and everything, repair things. And we have this in Failsworth, and it was a council luncheon club. It has now been converted into a workshop where you can go, and not just dementia, there are people there with wheelchairs. We have people with wheelchairs who come along and they do their thing. And there's no rules. There are no rules. You can do what you want. You can sit there and talk. Some people who don't see anybody for weeks on end or days on end can come there and talk. Single men, people with carers, they can send the men there, and they can go. It's £2 for a morning and £2 for an afternoon, but you've got to be able to eat cakes and biscuits. And the kettle is never off. The man who runs it Mr. Freya, how would you describe him? He's a 6'3" Fred Dibner, if you know what Fred Dibner is. There's stuff there, everything that you, to get an interest. Somebody's bound to find something to do. There's computers there, if you want to go to computers. Me, I'm a Philistine when it comes to computers. I know nothing about them. But if you wish to do that, there's there. But everything there. And somebody asked me, how would you describe Menning Sheds? I said, think of when you were at school and fast forward it 60 years. Because the people who you went to school with, not particularly are those people, but the people are there. But now the 60s and 70s. And you can see it, the camaraderie is in there. It's still there, you know, the different characters at school. And I think it's a good thing. And also the interest is there. We could find somebody to do. There's a man there who his hands are like that. He can't, but he's in a wheelchair, and he is the accountant. He has a black book, and we have the lottery. There's maybe 14 of us one day, particular day. There's about 4 days a week, and he collects the money for the lottery. We go into the lottery. And he tries to get his hands up, but that's all he can do. How he ticks off the names we don't know, but we have some real fun there, and we have, one of the things is humour. Humour is very, and it's the banter that you used to have when you were at school has been transferred to them, to now.